Hello and welcome to the table, and let's just get right into things. First off, talking about the leaders that you need to know about when going into pre-release weekend, and two very powerful ones at common are Darth Vader, just a great way to take advantage of all the ways in the combination of aspects to go super wide, and Luke Skywalker, a great way to deal more damage with all the cards that you have access to in red and white that deal damage. Really good common leaders, and if you can get it, Poe Dameron is a great rare leader that just allows you to put an upgrade and just make your space units above rates pretty much every single turn. Just a really, really powerful leader at rare that if you get, you basically get the best leader in the entire set as far as limited goes. But then if you want a really good leader to fall back on, you got Boba Fett, that you guaranteed get, and just allows you to deal a lot of non-combat damage and just be really good if you have cards that work with him. But then you gotta know cards to be looking out for when playing this set, cards to push you towards certain combinations of aspects or leaders or whatever. First card, Director Krennic for blue. I mean, this card's just a great way to play some of your bigger, when defeated space units, space units with one defeated abilities for less with Director Krennic. Then Red Squadron X-Wing is a 3-resource, 3/4 in space. When played, you can deal 2 damage to it and then draw a card. It's a really good body, honestly, in space that can be better to replace itself, but you deal 2 damage. And then Roast Tico, if you're playing Roast, can heal that damage, which is really good for you. And then your All Clear Kit is another card that I just want to shout out super quick. Basically a 2-resource way to kill one of your opponent's space units early on in the game and maybe give an experience to one of yours. Just a really good card. But then the most powerful card to be looking out for in blue is Direct Hit. You can play it in any blue deck, and it defeats a non-leader vehicle unit. Just absurd. But if you want to have a good way to deal with vehicles, then you got, or leader vehicles, then you got Out the Airlock, a 5-resource event that gives a unit -5/-5. But then you're wanting to play Command. A great Command villainy card to be looking out for is Kajimi Patrollers, a good way to go wide, because it's a 2-resource 1/1 that makes a 1/1 TIE Fighter. It's just really good. Then there is Blue Leader, maybe the best limited card in the set. It's a 3-resource 3/3 space unit with Ambush. Great way to maybe kill one of your opponent's space units and then keep one of your own around. And when you play it, you can deal 2, pay 2, to then move it to the ground arena and give it 2 experience tokens, which is a great way to deal with opposing ground units if you need that flexibility, because there are actually not a lot of ways to deal with ground units in this set, and there are a lot of space units and not that many ground units. So if the opponent can stick down a ground unit and you can't deal with it, you might just lose. And this is a great way to deal with some of those ground units if you need to, which is a great card. But then, if you want a really good way to deal with ground units, Air Superiority, a 2-resource event, says if you control more space units than an opponent, you deal 4 damage to a ground unit that opponent controls. Just a great card. That's a slightly worse version than Blue Leader, honestly. But then for red, you got good old Decimator of Dissidents. It's a 4-resource, 3/5 space unit with Overwhelm that could potentially cost less if you dealt indirect damage this phase, which with Boba Fett is really good. Or if a common in this set, like First Order Stormtrooper, just a 1-resource way to repeatedly deal indirect damage. Just an absolutely great card. But yeah, Decimator of Dissidents, making it cost 3 for a 3/5, just a really good body and really hard to get rid of. But then there's Red Squadron Y-Wing. It's a 2-resource 1/3 for red and white, and on attack deals 3 indirect damage to the player, making it kind of a 4/3 in a sense, but red cares a lot about dealing damage to the opponent's things. For cards like Red 5 to get the most value, it's a 3-resource 3/4 that on attack deals 2 damage to a damaged unit. I mean, this card can allow you to take advantage of something like a Red 5. And then this card just, I don't know, it is so good on turn 1 if you can play this, and it's just so busted. And speaking of busted, System Shock. It's a 1-resource event that says, defeat a non-leader upgrade attached to a unit, and then deal 1 damage to that unit. A really easy way to lose in this set is the opponent sticks a pilot on one of their units, you can't deal with it, and then you just lose. And this is a way to get rid of pretty much any pilot in this set besides leader ones, and then you also get to deal the damage to that unit. And by the way, this costs 1 and is a common, so there's that too. But then, for yellow, I got, first off, Contracted Jumpstarter, a 3-resource 2/4 with Sentinel in space. That's also transport, which matters a lot for what yellow's going to do, with decks like Rio caring a lot about transports, and other cards I'll talk about later. And while there are powerful non-transport units in this set for yellow and black, like Zagrean Starhopper, which is a fighter, this card's Contracted Jumpstarter is just better because it is a transport. But then for yellow and white, I got Black Squadron Scout Wing, a 5-resource 4/6 that when you play an upgrade on it, you can attack with it for 1 additional damage. Just a really good, like, kind of mini surprise strike way to get a ton of more value out of the card. Really good. And then Electromagnetic Pulse is a 1-resource event that deals 2 damage to a droid or vehicle unit, and you exhaust it. Great way to steal some tempo back from the opponent. If they stick a pilot on one of their things, it's one of their only things out, and boom, they can't attack with it for the turn. Really good for you. But then there's TIE Bomber, a black space unit for 2 resources. It's a 0/4 that, on attack, deals 3 indirect damage to the defending player. This card is a common, and in literally any black deck that you play, you can stick this in, and you can be perfectly fine with it. Because this card is just flat out broken, honestly. I mean, for reasons that the Y-Wing, the Red Squadron Y-Wing is busted, this card is busted. But then there is Resistance X-Wing, a 2-resource 2/2 in space that, while it has a pilot on it, gets +1/+1. A great way to take advantage of all the pilots that are in this set and just make it that much better, honestly. But then for generic, I got Corellian Freighter, a 5-resource 4/4 Sentinel that is a transport for decks that do care about that. That is really good for you. But yeah, just a really solid card, honestly, all around. It is a little bit below rate as far as a body goes, but to allow you to maybe get a way to gain back some tempo is a good card for that reason, or to allow you to do that. But then looking out for bombs, some of the best cards and best rares to be looking out for in this set. A good one for blue is No Glory, Only Results. You can't only play it in blue and black, but you can take control of any non-leader unit and then defeat it. So any of its 1 defeat abilities you basically get. Which is really good for you, especially if you're playing against another blue and black deck. But a probably even better one for blue and white is a 3-resource Admiral Yularen, a 1/5 that basically says when played, you give all your other vehicles Sentinel or a certain other keyword until this guy leaves. And it just allows you to force the opponent to slug through your giant space board state and make it a lot harder for them to get to you and then just be able to deal with you and kill you. Just great card. And then for green, I got Victor Leader, a absurd way to take advantage of all the go wide cards that you're going to be playing in green and black. It's a 3-resource 2/4 that says each other friendly space unit gets +1/+1. If you play something like a Kajimi Patrollers into this, I mean, come on. That is just such a good curve. It's not even funny. And another really good rare to be looking out for is Nian Nub. 1-resource 1/2 that gets +1 power for each other friendly pilot and upgrade. But you can basically, for 1 resource, turn it into a pilot, and it's the same thing. Just a great way to take advantage of all of the pilots here are going to be playing in green and white because there are a ton of them. Then for red, I got IG-2000, a 4-resource 3/4 Overwhelm in space. Not a great body, but when you play it, you deal 1 damage to each of up to 3 units, which is a lot better because, I mean, you know, indirect damage is a really big part of what you're going to be doing in those aspects, and this card says, all right, I'm going to be able to kill potentially up to 3 of your units and stick down a body. But then for red and white, I got They Hate That Ship. It's a 1-resource event that says an opponent creates 2 TIE Fighters, readies them, then you get to play a vehicle from your hand and it costs 3 less. On turn 1, you can play a 2-resource 4-cost space unit at the cost of getting your opponent 2 ready TIE Fighters, which honestly for you is probably going to be fine, let's be real. Because the 4-resource space units in the set can be pretty powerful, not gonna lie. But then getting to yellow, I got Boba Fett, a 5-resource 5/4 shielded ground unit that is part of the reason why I say if an opponent sticks down a ground unit, you might just lose the game if you can't get rid of it because of this card. But then in addition, this can take advantage of all the transports that yellow has access to because for piloting, you can spend 2 resources, put this on a vehicle unit, give it +2/+3, and when you play as an upgrade, you can deal 1 damage to a unit, but if the attached unit is a transport, you can deal 2 damage instead, which is a lot better and just can do a lot more, basically. It's just a lot better. And for the last bomb to be looking out for, it's a trap. It's a 3-resource yellow and white event that says if an opponent controls more space units than you ready each space unit you control. It's basically like, hey, green, you want to go wide? Go ahead. I'm going to play this, ready all my things again, put you near death's door, or maybe just kill you. It's just a really good card. And that's it. That is the pre-release guide. That is all the cards that you need to know about for for this pre-release guide. Hope you all enjoy this video, and make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, it's completely free, you won't regret, and go on, win pre-release weekend, and let me know how you do.